Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate.
I was born in Hyderabad, West Pakistan, in March 34.
My father used to work in Sakhar, Sindh, and he used to come every 3 to 4 months to Hyderabad to meet family.
But at the age of 60, his health didn't permit him to work. It was difficult to manage the family.
Sometimes we wear shirt, one day Ram, one day myself.
After finishing school 2 o'clock, I used to go and sell sarees. Sometimes get 8 rupees a day, 10 rupees a day. Being not a graduate or not so much educated, nobody can give a job. So I left the country and they started working as a storekeeper to my uncle named Moti Rams. I worked with Moti Rams 6 years. Then I joined some partnership who were based in Hong Kong, where we went very success and went to Japan. When I came from Japan, my parents already had approved a girl.
Our parents those days, they used to choose the boy and they look at the family first. So my parents told me, the family is very good, the boys are very good.
I arrived in Mumbai on 18th December and we were engaged on 25th of December and marriage was on 29th December and I left for Africa. Master used to always praise me. I was very hardworking.
There's been several times that I sit with Chairman Mohinani and he do not postpone a single duty of hers.
He goes to the last end to achieve it. He gives you that encouragement. He has the order. It must work. When others are failing, he is succeeding.
He doesn't take no for an answer. He's a hands-on person.
As a person, very kind, loving, caring. As a businessman, someone who started from nothing, and we're here today because of the efforts and the will and determination he put in.
Dad's golden rule to life and business is always honor your commitments. Our word is our bond.
Dad has also grown his business based on values. Chairman has been very, very clear that he wanted to build his business based on the integrity, based on sincerity, based on true business values. And he's been a very good example of doing both that and being successful.
Ram has got great sense of humor. When you go through various stages of your life, not every time will be smooth sailing. There will be a few rough times. But your sense of humor, if it is with you, it makes going that much easier.
I really don't see the difference between me, an African, and Mr. Mohinani, an Indian. I don't call him chairman, I don't call him Mr. Mohinani, I don't call him director, I call him my father.
He tells people, this is my son. I born him in the night, that's why he's black. Well, all these ones, I born them in the afternoon.
He has served the country by giving jobs to the local people in thousands. Not only the manual jobs, but administrative jobs, executive jobs.
He's done a lot for the people there. They had tanks, water, even air-conditioned library for this school.
You could see that they weren't only business partners, they were also brothers and they were also family. Very soon after that, Nana passed away and you could see that Ram was very shaken. He shed a lot of tears, and even a couple of years after his passing, Ram would come to the office, whether Nana's sons were there or not, he would easily break into tears, missing his brother and the relationship he had. He would look around as if he was going to find him.
People say, my culture is like Ghanaian. I go to their house, joke with them, sit with them, talk with them, you know. So mostly Ghanaians, my friends, they like me. They say, oh, you are like a local man.
Mohinani had a special friendship with my late uncle, Oyoman Rekwampim, and they were friends. He asked him what kind of contribution he can make towards the development of the Jasi area of the Kwapim traditional area. And it became necessary that our old school building was inadequate. He's very dear to us, very personable, very philanthropic. This kind of contribution he made doesn't come too often in Ghana. And for somebody out of friendship come all the way to Amanokrom and build a school and dedicate to us shows his spirit of friendship, his spirit of love and concern for our community. And we thank him for that.
I still recall when I joined this group, and the first time I traveled to Africa. And in those days, of course, there were no cell phones. We were communicating by faxes, and there were no emails either. He would call me up, track me down, and say, "Hey, hang on, is everything okay? Are you okay? Are you comfortable?" Because in the countries where I was traveling, nobody had visited actually. So safety of an individual was far more paramount important.
Mr. Mohinani is very much concerned with my health. Presently, I have glaucoma. He has made approach to India hospitals. He is determined to pay everything from his pocket without charging me anything.
Dad, as a father, was somebody who was very, very principled. He worked long hours. We sometimes would not see him for days.
As a growing child and adult, I used to get really upset about Dad being critical. As I've progressed in life, I've realized that sometimes criticism is extremely as helpful, especially when it's, proactive criticism. And Dad's been consistently chipping away at myself, my brothers, all in the broad interests of inculcating his values into us.
He is normally very cautious, and we're the opposite. We're a bit more aggressive. When you're selling a new idea or a new business, he's always been cautious, and it takes a while. Any of the new businesses any of the brothers have got into, it's taken a while to convince him. So winning that hurdle has always been a challenge.
Dad was always, he wanted us to see the world and meet different people and eat different foods and really experiment life.
Sundays he would get all his friends together to go out for Sunday lunches, and of course there were all sorts of, the kids were all of various different ages, yet we blended. We'd complain that why are we doing this, but we all went, and then today those friends, because of his friendship with his friends, are the core pillar of our friendship.
Today even his grandchildren and our father's grandchildren continue to share such a wonderful relation and friendship that the story goes on. While taking a group picture, you had mentioned, Uncle Ram, you particularly had mentioned, you can't make friends when you're old. Friends are made when you are young and growing up.
Once you have parents, you don't think anyone can replace them, but my in-laws have become my parents as well. I'm thrilled to be a part of the Mohinani family. My father-in-law is dynamic, full of life, jovial. He's a character to be reckoned with. When he walks into a room, he can capture an audience or a single person's attention.
Dad, who's the head of the family, is always there for all of us, very supportive, very encouraging, unconditional love to everybody, right from his sons to his daughter-in-laws and to his 7 grandchildren who he loves so much.
But thank you very much for being my father. You've inspired me, my husband and the children. And all I can say is we have learnt a lot from you. Words are not enough to express. God bless you and thank you for being part of our family.
Dad is extremely fond of his grandchildren and makes an effort to spend a considerable amount of time with them. We frequently joke fact that he actually speaks to them more than he does to the current generation, because he sees far too much of us at the workplace. You can see the twinkle in his eye when he's with them and having a genuine and sincere conversation with them about how they're faring in their lives.
I love my grandfather very much, a lot. He's always there for us when we're sad or angry. And even if we're not in the same town, he's just a BlackBerry message away or a text away.
As we get older and as we learn more about the business, there's going to be more of an understanding between us. But he hasn't like pushed us. He's just kind of, you know, he talks about business, he tells us, he like makes us watch Bloomberg with him, but he never tells us, you know, do this, do that. I find it funny and interesting whenever he enjoys something or likes something, he says the word correct, and it just makes everyone in the room laugh.
There was this one time where he told me a story about how he got sent to jail for not doing anything, and how he missed his family, and so I was thinking, if I was in his shoes, how would I survive? And so I just felt very proud of him.
He's really nice, affectionate, really loyal, really generous. He works really hard for the family, and I wish he'd come visit us in Hong Kong more often.
Dadaji is really special to me, and so is my Dadima. Everything I do, I learn from them. My Dadaji believes that everyone comes first before he does. Even though he makes so much money from all the different businesses he owns, he doesn't believe he believes that every penny counts, and he donates a lot.
I love my Dadaji, and he loves me. Every time he calls my name, Sugu, I run to him and I go for his assistance. I always do whatever my Dadaji says, and I help him as much as I can possible.
They are very close to me, and I have taken grandchildren many times holidays, Spain, America, cruise. So their attachment is there. We miss them, but now they are gone boarding. They have to look after the future. So whenever they come, they spend 2-3 weeks. They are very much attached. My message with them to be hardworking and don't cut your coat more than a cloth. Whatever you get, if you got in pocket $1, spend 50 or 40, keep 60 for any day.
I feel he's a very good in everything, whether he's a husband, whether he's a grandfather or a father. He's so innocent, he's so simple. He has got in whole the world everything. For me is more important the family. The family to get together. That is sacrifice for each other. But if you are together, that is the best part in your life. Unity, love each other, respect each other. That is advice from me to them. When they grow up, nobody is more than your family. The family is important than anything.
She has been giving me all the cooperation, give me courage to fight, support me all the way, and she is a lifesaver of our family. Whatever I have done for my family, and I hope they continue to do their same thing to their families. My grandchildren should also do same thing to their parents. They also must look after their parents. Like my children look after me, the grandchildren also should look after their parents. This is my message.
साईं भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, शिव भक्ति बिना आधार नहीं, भगवान बिना कोई अपना नहीं, साईं भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं,
शांति नहीं, हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं।